We're in the black abyss, but I guess that's okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to All Elite Women and Friends. There's our and friends down there. Say what's up, Mad Dog.
Hi, I'm friend.
There's the other elite woman. Say hi, Shay. Unfortunately, Cactus Katie is not here. But she is here in spirit and she sends her regards. She's somewhere else being elite. Anyways, did everybody enjoy Dynamite? That's my first question.
Very enjoyable.
I did.
Shay, that was not convincing, but we'll go with it.
It was. It's just late, okay? Good gosh.
It is. See, our executive consultant said our faces looked like Dynamite wasn't good. I said, actually, it looks like it's 10:23 at night. Janelle, hi.
It was a good show. It was very
This was
good.
one of my favorites in a long time. I feel like this show was like action packed, like back to back to back.
Right.
It was very, very good.
Agreed.
So speaking of action, we started with a 4-way elimination match, right? So this was to figure out who was going to face Kenny Omega for the AEW International Championship. So we had Orange Cassidy, we had Speedball, Mike Bailey, who made his Dynamite debut last time, Mark Davis, and Ricochet. So
King Ricochet, by the way, King Ricochet.
Excuse the fuck out
Yeah,
of me. King Ricochet.
Also,
there we go.
King Ricochet. Yeah.
How dare I?
Yeah.
King Ricochet, aka Andrew Tate Light, did win. But it wasn't just him.
I love that.
Speedball Mike Bailey also won. You're probably thinking, what does that even mean? It's because there was a double pinfall. They both kind of pinned each other. And instead of restarting the match, because that's annoying, instead of having a separate match, because that's also annoying, just give it to both of them. And it's going to be a triple threat. So, sorry, Kenny. That kind of fucks over the champion. Now you have to defend your title in triple threat, but that's fine. So it's going to be Kenny Omega, Ricochet, and Speedball Bailey for the AEW International Championship. What say you guys?
Shay, you want to go first, Shay? You can go first, Cap. Go ahead.
I'll say.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this. This is a really fun way to start the show. I love multi-man matches. I was rooting for Mark Davis. I was very upset at what has transpired. Quite wicked.
Yeah,
you're always rooting for like the ultra underdog. Like that person was never winning. You know, Shay was rooting for them.
You know, I love a good underdog story. Okay, but he was not. It didn't give underdog the entire match. That man was on fire, beating the absolute crap out of everyone the entire match.
And they had to cheat to pin him. So
exactly, think about that. Ricochet's feet was on the ropes. And he's being held down by another man. I love that. Keep Mark looking strong. We love to see it. We truly do. I think Ricochet has been getting so good with like his heel work. Like he has been great. Even him taking a break to go on commentary was hilarious to me. Like he's I like this. This is good. And I'm honestly, I don't see either of them winning. Like I really, truth be told, I don't see either of them winning. But it'll be a really, really great match. And, I'm excited to see it. Hopefully something better for Mark. I'm very upset. Orange, I don't care because you always winning. You the Sami Zayn of AEW. You always winning. I can't be bothered with you.
The Sami Zayn of AEW. That's actually a great comparison.
Sami Zayn of AEW.
That's actually, I see you ate with that.
He is. He's always winning. Maybe not right now. And the same with Sammy right now. They're in their downtime. They're powering up. But when they get back up there, they will start winning again, annoying the crap out of me.
They're
So
powering up to go Super Saiyan, guys.
I'm blessed right now.
What say you, Mad Dog?
Right. And the reason why I'm rooting for Orange Cassidy to win this match and he ended up didn't was because the crowd and the AEW fans and the AEW universe knows this guy is over. That's what it is, Cap. Orange Cassidy is probably the most over guy besides Darby Allin in that company. I know this. Everybody else knows that this is a fact. Go look that up as a wrestling encyclopedia. Just know that off the top of my head. He sells the most merchandise, even more than MJF and King Ricochet. But yeah, I really enjoyed this match, except for the double pinfall thing. As a wrestling encyclopedia, it really is silly to me when they do that kind of stuff. Either restart the match or give extended time, or don't just be lazy. I feel like it's just a bit of a cop out. The way they ended the match, but it was a very good match. And Orange Cassidy, man, that crowd, dude, they were so into him, and he's just over. That's why even if he loses, he's still the most over guy in the company because there's no talent right now.
He's just freshly squeezed. Yeah.
Indeed. And you know what? I didn't like this guy for many, many years, Sharon. I did not like Orange Cassidy. I'm going to be honest with you. But he grew on me.
You weren't freshly squeezed.
Fans started growing because when I saw him live in person, actually in the ring, I'm like, damn, this guy's good. He's actually really damn good. So I'm really upset he lost. But happy King Ricochet, I guess, ended up winning. I don't know. Yeah.
I actually, because before he was on AEW, I saw Speedball Bailey live. I think twice. And it's different seeing somebody live. It's a lot more
right.
I guess impactful and entertaining. So I see what you mean there. And Ricochet and Speedball just debuted after a lot of anticipation. Ricochet is probably on the best singles run of his career. So you didn't want to have either of them lose. Both of them are formidable opponents. And Kenny Omega also just came back. You don't want to have him lose. So really, you have 3 hot acts in one match. So I see, I guess, why they went with it. Also, it was an unpredictable finish, so I think that was quite clever. So we'll go into a couple promos. So Swerve Strickland spoke about his world title match coming up at Dynasty. He's going to face Jon Moxley. If he is able to win, that'll be his second world title in AEW. Hurt Syndicate spoke a little bit. They're holding the tag team titles. It's all business with them. They're like, if you want to challenge for the titles, we'll hurt you because we're the Hurt Syndicate. It's kind of in our name. That's the thing. And then finally, speaking of Hurt, we got an actual match. So we got Mercedes Moné versus Billie Starkz. She's defending the TBS title. Actually, yes.
CEO.
I just saw our CEO.
He hates me doing that, but I love doing that.
Person at House of Glory. Which was funny because
right. She was at House of Glory, right? A couple days ago, right?
That was 4 was that 4 days ago? I want to say
I think so. It was over the weekend, right?
It was, yeah. Great times. This was a solid match. Exactly. Billie Starkz had a great showing. Didn't win, but as somebody said on commentary, even if you don't win, this was a great showing for her. She's only 21, or she might even be 20. She might not even be 21 yet. So Saturday, yes. I saw the bad guy there. We ran into each other when we were at the show. Good times. And so, yeah, she actually choked her out with a crossface. Moné choked her out. So Billie tapped out, but Moné did not care about that. She kept the crossface on even after the tap out because I guess she was offended that you had the nerve to even be competitive in this match with me. How dare you? So eventually the ref had to break it up, but she defended her title. Great scene. Exactly. Yes. The bad guy. Yeah. He is the bad guy. What say y'all?
Go ahead, Cap. You go first. Ladies first.
Listen, ladies first. Exactly.
Yeah.
It is all elite women. You're right. It's true. Oh my God, I love this match. For me, this was probably my favorite match of the night. I know it's crazy because there was a lot. Honestly, I feel like this was a really, really good episode.
There was a lot going on.
It was really good. But yeah, this was my favorite. I love Mercedes. I love the run she's on. I think she's like, what is she, like 16-0 now with her defenses?
Yes,
Like,
She's
yes,
something
she's a
yeah,
else.
yeah,
beast.
yeah. It's
She's a
like
beast.
17 now. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
17 now.
And I'm just like, damn, this is so good. There was this one move, I forgot what the name of it that Billy did, and it was just such a really nasty drop for Mercedes on her head. I was like,
Oh yeah.
I forgot what the name of that move was, but
that
I was
some
just like,
kind
oh my god,
like no, don't know the name.
I can't remember
Oh,
it.
it's
The
like
name.
a brain buster, right? It was like a
Yeah,
brain
yeah.
buster.
Yeah.
It was kind of like a brain buster, but it was like it was weird. But I really didn't like that though. Yeah, that was cool. To see kind of just the way she's grown, because Billy Stark, she's kind of grown, she's kind of grown up into the wrestling world, and kind of into especially AEW, and now it's really good to see. I think she just came back from injury too. I think that was another thing not too long ago, so I'm glad she's back and kind of finally getting a shot at the title. It's just I think it was kind of too soon. You come back from injury, you just get a title shot against the CEO. Of course, you're going to end up losing, but she held her own for most of the match. But I think Mercedes just got the better of her in the end, obviously. But yeah, I agree. This might have been probably the best wrestling term match of the night, because a lot of the other stuff was not really wrestling term. I mean, Street Fight was not really wrestling. So yeah. But yeah, I liked it. I liked the match a lot. Yeah.
That's true. This was more of a technical matchup. Yeah, but great showing from Billy. This was my first time seeing Billy in action. Yeah, she was in Ring of Honor for a while with Athena. Yep, exactly.
Right.
Athena, listen, get her on the. Come on, Tony. Come on, Tony. Let's get Athena.
They already sprinkled it. Like they said
it
with how Mercedes was talking about, oh, whoever trained Billy must suck, or like all that stuff. I'm like,
yeah.
And I knew this
They
too. I
said
feel like
that
I
in
said this to the bad guy. I said this to the bad guy when I was
yeah.
talking to him like last week. I was like, this is just like a door opening to have Athena come through. Like this is what this is with Billy, and already they're kind of making it very obvious.
It's like, Billy, we love you, but you're just a catalyst. We're just trying to get to it.
Yeah.
We're gonna see it soon.
If that happens,
actually, Athena might be the one to take
Yeah.
Sasha running out of people to beat.
Yep.
First of all, ain't no Sasha. Number
Actually,
two,
she's Mercedes, but Sasha, I mean, she's 4-belt Mano now. 4-belt Mano, four belt Sasha, or 4-belt Banks still, in my opinion.
There's
I mean,
Mano
4 belts.
Sasha.
4 belts still, no matter what. 4 belts.
Damn. I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, yeah, sorry about that.
He is a good wrestler.
Yeah.
Ring of Honor champion, Chris Jericho, donation for Vince Steele. Oh, he did? See, Chris Jericho, say what you want about him. He's always donating some wrestler GoFundMe. Like,
He is, yeah.
If you look at a wrestler GoFundMe and you scroll through the comments, you're going to see Chris Jericho in there. Okay? Rest in peace to your friend. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, I know Vince Steele. I actually saw him a couple times at the wrestling shows up here by me. He was very nice guy, very good wrestler. Really sad to hear about. He passed at a wrestling show, I believe, the other day. And good on the Nueve Chris Jericho, my man, supporting him and doing all that. But yeah, he was
They did like a
independent wrestler up here. Yeah, he actually passed away at the show the other day. Yeah, I actually heard about it up here. A lot of the independent promotions have been talking about it. I didn't go to the show because I was busy that day at my grandpa's house, but I knew about the show. I was gonna go, but like I said, stuff with my grandpa came up. But yeah, really sad to hear about his passing. Yeah.
Very nice. That comment almost threw me off because we know events up here at UPR. So I went, wait, what? But then I read the comment.
No.
Okay.
He's a wrestler up here.
Yeah.
Up north. Yeah.
And I was
really
like, oh, wait,
sad.
yeah. Anyways, so after that, we did get a few more promos. The Outrunners did speak. It was more like heel stuff. They were talking about like the sports teams like in the area. They were in Omaha, Nebraska, right?
Yep.
I don't know anything about Omaha sports, but they were just talking about
Probably
that. And then we got,
not that big.
Sorry, Omaha. I don't know if you see that. Then we got some words from MJF. So we know that everybody's trying to go after the world title. And so MJF is saying, you know, I want to beat Dictator John. That's what he called him. John Moxley's a dictator, running roughshod. Can't even see the titles in a briefcase. How dare you, right? And he's got, you know, a bunch of lackeys around him. That's the Death Riders, helping him to keep the title, which we'll see quite shortly, right? He says that if he wants the title, he knows he's going to need a faction. He's going to need some friends. The last time he trusted people, you know, he was, you know, in the Pinnacle. He was working with Cody. That's a big throwback back there. You know, it doesn't usually work out. You know, he was working with Adam Cole. Didn't work out. You know, he doesn't have the best track record when it comes to friends. He's more of a lone wolf. Wardlow didn't work out. So he's saying he's going to have to make something shake, though, if he wants to be world champion. Speaking of wanting to be world champion, we got Adam Copeland versus Jon Moxley for the world title in a street fight.
Mox. Woo.
Well, your Mox got attacked out the gate. He was trying to walk to.
I saw.
He was trying to walk to the arena, but this is a street fight, so let's just fight in the street. So Cope just caught him on sight and said, "Let's just fight right here." So they went straight on the attack. Eventually, they did make it to the ring. Do I even like that spiked? Is that a spiked bat? Was that a big like spiky toothbrush? I don't know what.
I thought it was a 2x4
with just spikes on it.
Yeah, I was like Cap said, it's a 2x4. I think
real creative. Well done.
They do. Well, here's the thing, Sheriff. I don't know if you know this. I think, and I could be wrong, the Mick Foley bad thing, I think that's actually like trademarked by WWE and WCW and all that stuff now. ECW, all that stuff. So I think AEW had to get kind of, I believe it is, yeah. You know, and Mick Foley actually asked people not to have them sign it because, you know, it's dangerous. You know, they got it signed. So what I think he does is he does them like privately sign. I'll sign like a bunch of them, I believe. I think that's what he does now because they actually ask you, do not bring that to the signings for Mick Foley, and they do the same thing with Sting too. They actually, he's coming up by me here a couple weeks, and it actually asks no bats. He will not be signing any bats.
Yeah,
so
please don't bring weapons to the.
You know, so yeah, people do, man. It's crazy. People do.
Oh yeah, Abyss does that.
Yes,
almost killed.
Yes.
Oh gosh,
that's right.
I do remember that. What did Abyss call? I don't remember, but they took the. Wait, what's the thing they like to say in unidentified foreign object? Like they just took it and he slammed it into Moxley's back, and basically sorry, I don't need to give you a visual. That's what happened. It was stuck in his back, and so you know his friends. Well, Wheeler Yuta specifically came out first to kind of take out Cope so that he could help Moxley dislodge the foreign object from his skin. And they did achieve at doing that. So, you know, well done. I'm sure Renee Paquette is going to love cleaning up his back later
Remarkable Renee Paquette.
The remarkable Renee
Paquette
is going to do a remarkable job at cleaning up our Mox. And so then, you know, the rest of the Death Riders decided to come out because once one comes, it's like roaches. They're all there. It's like bed bugs. And so, you know, Marina Shafir is a woman. So, you know, Cope doesn't really want to hit a woman, so he enlists some help. Willow Nightingale comes out and takes out Miss Marina, so that's nice. Nick Wayne actually came out to help Moxley, who's a member of the patriarchy. He's Christian Cage's stepson. Well, technically, to Christian Cage, we're all his stepsons, but that's beside the point. Basically, it was, you know, too much firepower, so Moxley was able to basically choke out Cope again, so this was another choke out win. FTR came out, you know, after the loss to kind of console Cope, like, you know, it's okay. But then Dax was like, actually, it's not okay. I'm actually really disappointed in you. You're a loser. And so he kind of just walks out. And then, you know, Cash Wheeler's like, you came out, you legit came out to kick him when he's like, he lost. Good. You came out to the ring to look at him, shake your head, call him a loser, and then walk back. Like, what kind of shit is this? But that's basically how it ended. Dictator John lives to see another day as the AEW World Champion. What say y'all? We'll start with Shay. I'm saying it.
Good. I love it. They should have all left. All of them, not just FTR Bald. All
Good
of them
call.
should have walked away.
Bro, that's something Steve would do. Come out to just.
Loser.
I would walk out.
So
Oh
I'm
my
so tired of
goodness.
this man. He randomly just bulldozed his way into a title shot, 2 title shots out of nowhere, completely pushed Jay White out the way. He deserved it. They should have all jumped him and stomped him at the end of the match. To be honest.
Cope about it. Cope about Cope.
Boo! Boo, you Verge, Border, whatever your name is. I've had enough. That freaking spike in the back stuff, I was disgusted. I don't like stuff like that. I'm sorry, I can't do the overly gruesome stuff. Like, why does he have to bleed? Is it in his contract? He's like, I need to bleed every match.
Unfortunately, I've been to a live GCW show, so I am numb to anything red.
Yep.
I'm numb to anything red.
Yep.
I've only been to one, but it wasn't as bloody as usually. I was like,
it wasn't blood and guts. I mean, if this was blood and guts, I mean, it would be a lot more blood, right? I mean,
his contract has blood on it.
It does. It's written in blood. He signed it.
That is true. That is true.
Mad Dog.
But this match is definitely way better than the match that they had at Revolution. I will give them that. It was definitely better than the Revolution match.
This match, I don't know, and this is weird because this was not only was this a Dynamite match, this was a main event worthy match, and it was just in the middle of the show.
Right.
I think it was well placed actually based on how the show played out. But this this is part of the reason why this episode of Dynamite was actually very, very good to me. Like, it was nothing but bangers mainly for like the whole entire match. And then they gave I like the fact that they gave the main event to the number one contenders match for the women's title, because it just elevates the fact that, because the women, like, you have the world title and you have the women's world title, but then you elevate the fact that it's not just you're facing for the title, you're facing Toni Storm, and I'm sorry, but she's probably their best star right now on the show. And I like the fact that they treat it like that. Like, you had Adam Copeland used to be Edge versus Jon Moxley used to be Dean Ambrose for the world title in a street fight, but that's not your main event. Your main event is your person that you built up from the ground up. That's Toni Storm, who is your champion now and is probably the best thing going on your show.
Sheriff, she was on commentary. She wasn't even in the match. You're making it sound like she was in the match. She wasn't even in the match.
But the match was to not only face for the title. It was not only to face for the title.
It was for her title, yes, but she wasn't even in the match.
Just by the fact that she's breathing near this match.
I mean, she was great on commentary.
She distracted me the hell up on commentary, to be honest.
She breathed near the match, did she not? I'm glad the women had the main event.
It was great on commentary, okay? I'm very happy the main event was the main event. I agree, but going back to this Moxley match, you all knew this was going to happen. I mean, why do you think the King is still the King, baby? It's because Jon Moxley needs to face Swerve Strickland, so Swerve Strickland can swerve all the way down Jon Moxley's throat to win the AEW World Championship. And then I'll be doing this, because, I'm going to say I was right on this show. I'll look back and say that. But this was a good match. I don't know why old man Adam Cope or Cop or whatever, Mr. Cop Out, basically, had to get into this match again. I was telling Z this over the weekend when we did our Collision show. Check it out a couple weekends from now. We'll be back at it. We're not doing it this weekend because of the March Madness thing. But anyway, I was telling him over the weekend, I said, I'm so sick of rematches. I really am. I'm tired of rematches. And what did we get tonight? We got a rematch. Now, this rematch, I agree with both you ladies, was better than the previous match they had. And that was because they had an extra element. Now, if they added that element to the main Revolution match, I think we would not have needed this rematch, to be honest with
you. Don't tell me you're a one-hitter quitter.
I'm tired of Adam Cop Out, getting into these matches.
So I can't get no rematch. Like, if I challenge for the title, I can't get no damn rematch.
I
He
agree
even
with
got
I
that
agree
title
with
match in the
Cap
first
though
place.
on this one, Sheriff. It's pushing Jay White out of the way when Jay White needs to get into the main
You're
event
just
scene.
you're saying that because Shay is here. You're
Yep.
trying. I can't
No,
I
believe
agree with
you.
this
no,
guy.
I would
This
say
guy
that
knows what he's talking
anyway.
about.
I
Sly.
do know what I'm talking about. I'm wrestling
I can't
encyclopedia
believe
up
this.
here.
You dropped the Jay White, like that was such a cheap shot. I can't
No,
believe
no. It
Down
is
with
the
Burge.
truth.
Down
He
with
is.
Burge.
They are pushing it, obviously, but right now it's going to be swerving Jay White because Jay White's going to end up turning heel. This is what's going to end up happening, Sheriff. It's going to be Moxley finally loses the belt. Swerve's going to win the thing, and then Jay White is already turning heel. He's going to go full heel, and then we're going to see Swerve and Jay White at All in Texas, and that's a match I really want to see.
Here's my only issue with that. I want to cheer Jay White, and I think most people want to cheer Jay White. So I think it'll be difficult for him to turn heel. But if it gets him closer to the title, I'm not mad at it. But listen, we listen. You can't. That's a cheap shot. You can't bring up Jay White. We got Shay here.
He's going to be in the picture no matter what. Swerve's in the picture. He's kind of getting in the picture too. You have to admit it. At least he wants in.
The remarkable Renee Paquette is in the picture next with Bandito. She's speaking of Bandito. Bandito does not like what Jericho did to his brother Gravity at Revolution. So, he's speaking about how he wants to, I guess, get his get back. But then Johnny TV actually comes out and challenges Bandito. He's like, no one wants to hear you talk. That's not ratings. How about me and you fight? Like, that's ratings. And so he's like, I'll face you at Slam Dunk Sunday, which is a special because we know Collision is on Saturday, comes on after NBA. But then, there's a special happening on Sundays, the Slam Dunk special, also after NBA basketball. So we're going to see Bandito and Johnny TV face each other on that special. It's not what Shay is here. We gotta mention Jay White. Yeah, the obligatory Jay White mention. Like this comment is evergreen.
He was on the show. He was on the show tonight. I will admit he was on the show tonight. If he wasn't on the show, why would I bring him up? I would not. He was on the show.
Oh, there we go. I thought the sheep froze. Anyways.
Is he not on the show? Oh God! Now I gotta recheck my notes. Oh no,
Jay White, he wasn't. I figured maybe you knew something I didn't.
I thought it was on this. I thought they did about.
No, I was gonna listen. I was gonna roll with it. I was gonna go with it.
He was there in spirit.
Okay. He was there because Shay was watching. There.
Exactly. Okay. He was there.
But who was there? Will Ospreay was there. And he faced AR Fox. Surprisingly, well, not surprisingly because it's Will Ospreay, but AR Fox. The crowd was very into this match. Of course,
I was into this match.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you an AR Fox fan, or you just liked?
No, I'm a Will Ospreay fan.
Yeah. See, that's I knew it. I'm like, yeah. Ospreay. So yeah, of course, Ospreay won. You're a Will Ospreay fan, so we'll start with you. Any comments on this match?
Oh my God, where do you begin? This was another technical banger. If you're talking about technical bangers, this had a lot of technical elements, and Will Ospreay is the guy who is. I said it before, and I'll say it again. He is Kenny Omega on a technical level. I mean, they had an hour-long match, right? They had. Daniel Bryan, and was also technical, but Will Ospreay is probably one of the most technical guys on the roster. And his match with, I think his mentor, I think Arian Fox was like a mentor to Will Ospreay and stuff, was kind of really cool. And I believe these guys actually have fought before. Speaking of rematches, see, I'm not all against rematches, Sheriff. I know you said that earlier. I'm just, sick of Cope getting everything, fed to him. But
Cope about
that later. Yeah. But anyway, this match though was fire. The crowd, man, they love Will Ospreay. I love Will Ospreay. You got to put a belt on this man soon. I don't know when, I don't know where, but just put something on this guy again because he can carry the company for sure. He's definitely world championship material in the future for sure.
What's up, Fernando? What say you, Shays?
No, it was a really good match. I just wasn't invested. I don't mind AR Fox, but I just don't care for Will Ospreay. I just don't care for him at all. He's one of the most dramatic people I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, and the dramatic staring at the signs. I can't. He needs to be on Days of Our Lives or something, or General Hospital. What? I don't know. Put those acting skills to use somewhere where it counts. But yeah,
it don't count on AEW Dynamite.
Whoa!
That's gosh. Wow.
It said sign him up for the what? 3rd season of Ginny and Georgia and get it popping, okay? Fire match.
See, I agree. See, Fernando agrees with me. Will Ospreay is the best thing in AEW right now.
Tony Storm, I believe that. But, we got after this. We got some interviews. Renee Paquette did
remarkable.
Speak. Oh my goodness, I can't believe this. I'm so sorry. We need a remarkable jar where every time someone forgets to say remarkable, it's a quarter in that jar. We will donate it to remarkable kids. Anyways, so remarkable Renee Paquette. She spoke with Hangman Adam Page. Like I said, everybody wants to be AEW World Champion. But you got to find your path to the title because everybody's gunning for it. How are you going to get your shot? So he says, I'm going to join the Owen Hart Cup. I'm going to win it. And then, I can become AEW World Champion for the second time. So he wants to build some momentum so he can get another title shot, get his second world title reign. Swerve is also looking for his second world title reign. MJF is also looking for his second world title reign. So Edge was looking for his first, didn't happen. But everybody's trying to be champion right now, so I guess we'll see. We did get a little bit of hype for Julia Hart and Queen Aminata. That's going to happen on Collision. So next, more remarkable Renee Paquette. She is speaking with Mercedes Moné. We touched on this a little bit earlier. Our CEO.
Yes.
She handled her business, and she defended her title against Billy Stark's no. And so she's like, you know what? This kid sucks. I need y'all to get me some real competition. Who the fuck trained this girl? Yeah, so pretty much we're probably going to see the trainer in question pretty soon. I hope so. And I actually think that the trainer in question teaches a bit of a lesson and we get to see the CEO. Maybe she loses the TBS title to the fallen goddess. Who knows? Wasn't ready for the CEO. No one's ready for the CEO. Just like no cough at the cough. Who said that? Did I say that? No one said that. Yeah. But we can go into actually the main event unless Mad Dog, do you want to do your thing?
I thought you want to do the main event and then do the thing. Do you want to run the commercial? We haven't done one of those yet. I don't know.
I guess we could do a commercial. Everybody loves commercials.
There you go. Yeah.
Don't you guys love commercials? Executive consultant. Pick a commercial.
Is he there?
He is there.
Tell them that you hate us because we talk about WWE too much, but you want to talk about Will Ocean Spray. Go ahead. EC, where were we? Penta El Cero Miedo was in a match.
My bad. You mentioned something I forgot that no one cared about it. Penta versus Ludwig Kaiser versus
Hold on, we ain't
Pete
talking
Dunne.
about my man. Hold on, you gotta do the dance. Hold on.
Oh no.
Okay, we're gonna get more OnlyFans action. Like, what's going on?
Hold on, you gotta see my whole. Hold on, you gotta see that.
Oh, he's gonna do a crip walk.
No, got to do. Hold on, you gotta do the whole Penta walk, man. Hold on. You know, even though he stole it, Parker. Why y'all take me out? Oh, hold on.
Nobody took you out, but this is the longest setup.
Yeah, go ahead.
Look, don't test me. Whatever. But all right, whatever. Can y'all see? Oh, all right. But my man threw him down. Oh, you can't see my feet though. But my man do the little Lapaka, little jerk. Yeah.
Here, I'll sing along. Cause this is Thriller. The night.
And no one's gonna save you from the beast about to strike. And no, it's the commercial got me dizzy. Yeah, that camera was shaking more than like Paul's camera during the pull apart. Who knows? So our main event was a number one contenders match. So
that was the Rated R review show. By the way, catch them Monday nights around 10:45. That is the executive consultant, Big Daddy Cool, and Steam Willie Beam. And make sure you catch them on our wrestling channel around 10:45 p.m. Monday
that was
night.
the Rated R review show. This show we had the Rated R superstar Cope, and they was hating. So I guess we'll see.
You mean cop out? You mean cop? Yeah, cop
okay.
out. Yeah.
Okay.
See, even Cap agrees with me. Yeah.
No boo. So we got Megan Bain versus Chris Statlander. This is
the goddess Megan Bain, if you will, the goddess.
You need a goddess
Megan Bain.
The goddess Megan Bain.
Yes, absolutely. This
not goddess
lady
Chris
is
Statlander. I guess Chris Statlander did lose. Not only did she lose, actually, she put up a good fight. Let me be clear. She put up a good fight. So much so that even on commentary, Tony was like, I'm getting a little scared. And, they're like, of who? She's like, of both of them. I'm seeing a lot of power. I'm getting a little scared. I don't like this. But she, she did not, she did not back down. Megan Bain, she knew she was about to win. She had it all wrapped up. She went over to Toni Storm. She was like, watch this. And then she went and she hits the Fate's Descent to pin Chris Statlander right in front of Tony. She's like, yeah, I'm coming for you. You're next. Tony did not like that because it's like, why are you acting so like you're acting like yeah, you won the match. Yeah, you're gonna face me, but like you're acting like you're gonna beat me. Like you fought and like you're getting a shot, but like I'm gonna beat you. Like this doesn't matter. So Tony's like, yeah, that's annoying. So after the match, she gets into the ring and like she just started throwing hands because they didn't know. They actually did not speak. They just got in the ring and they started throwing hands. So everybody came to the ring and it was like a big pull apart. And then Tony actually gets away from her or gets away from security, and she's able to basically get Megan Bain out of the ring. So she actually got the better of this exchange. To be fair, Megan had just fought a match. So, and there was a lot going on, so that's fair. But so, she offers her the opportunity at Dynasty. So we got to end the show looking at Timeless Toni Storm. We need a Timeless jar too. Looking at Timeless Toni Storm with her music playing because, she was able to get the better of her soon-to-be opponent. And that was Dynamite. Got thrown out. Tony said, bye. Oh, yeah.
Yes, she did. I was, oh, yeah. That was crazy. God, she's so great.
True.
Absolutely. See, I agree with Z. Goddess. My God, she's so hot. Wow. Both of them are. They're both stunning ladies. All three of them. Why can't that be a triple threat, Tony? Make that triple threat. Damn. Yeah. Chris Statlander, Toni Storm, Megan Bain. Book it.
Good match. Would be.
Shay's like, yeah, I was actually gonna say those same exact things. Like,
no, that would be a good match. It would. A lot of like, what was it that Tony was saying? It would be a lot of watermelon crushing.
Oh yeah, because they're like, she was like, with those guys, are you kidding? That's what we listen. That's gonna be instead of a match, let's have a watermelon crushing competition for the title.
My money's on Tony.
My money's on Megan Bain. I'm be honest with you.
I mean,
I love you, Tony. You are
pretty strong. If we're going with that, I think I would go with Statlander because I think she would be the strongest out of the three ladies. So
at least we all got a representative. Me, Megan, Shay, Tony, you, Chris Statlander.
I ain't winning. I ain't.
I think we all win if that happens.
No, but you know what? I really feel like this match was much better than their first match. I really liked this match a lot, honestly. It was a great main event match.
Especially, they had a lot to live up to because this show was full of like really great matches. It started with a really great match that on another show could have been a main event, and then we had a world title match on another show that could have been a main event, and then we had Will Ospreay wrestling. So that is what it is, and then we had the
That's not is what it is. That man is the biggest thing in the company right now. That was awesome, by the way.
Is he timeless though?
No,
Right.
he's not, but he's still Will Ospreay, and he's over, just like Orange Cassidy was over in the beginning of the show.
Yeah, that's true. I like Ospreay. I think that he's probably a future like top. Like I could see him as a face of the company.
He's a future
like
champion, absolutely.
Yeah, but even beyond that. But yeah, that was it for Dynamite. Do you guys have a grade? I know my grade. I'll go first.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I got one.
I am giving it an A+. I think that this was the best Dynamite in a. When's the last time I gave it A+? I don't remember.
I don't think you ever did, maybe.
Oh, I have, but it's been a while. It's been a while, I guess. Like A- recently, at the most. What say you, Shay?
A B+.
I can't believe this. Anyways, go ahead, Mad Dog.
I'm gonna have to give this one to probably an A-. I think the way they ended the whole street fight thing, it was just a little too silly, and just the double pinfall thing. And this thing would have been A+ for me, but the double pinfall thing, either restart the match or have them go on to a separate match. I mean, but yeah, great show, great main event.
Reminds me of? This reminds me of like when a doctor had like a Yelp page, right? Where you could review what the doctor did for you. And somebody was like, oh my goodness, this doctor is amazing. This doctor saved my life. I was gonna die. This doctor saved my life. And then it was 4 out of 5 stars. And the doctor's just like, how am I getting this? How am I getting this extra star? Like at this point, I just don't get it. If this is not an A+, how are we getting the extra pluses? I just don't. This is what it's giving.
Oh, wait, so
I
you're
give it
giving
a
an
B+.
A++?
Joffrey, this show saved your life. Okay. How are they getting this A in the future?
You mean A-?
They should restart the match. Oh.
Because they should have done the match or made it a new match. I mean, it's simple. Yeah. See. I mean, it's just those wrestling terms, as me being a wrestling encyclopedia, it's just those wrestling terms just in my brain. Always. I've been watching since I was like 4 years old. Always, even WWE, they've always restarted, man. I mean, I just think it was silly the way it is, but it's Tony Khan booking, and I love the main event. And yeah, just Tony Khan booking is all I gotta say, ladies. Yeah.
This show cured all your ailments. Anyways.
Hey man, as long as you had, as long as you have Orange Cassidy on the show, I'm good. Happy.
Mad Dog, are you ready to save our lives and cure our ailments?
Yeah, that's a show, I think. Save Our Lives, I think.
Or Days of Our Lives?
Is that the one I'm thinking of? Yeah, must be. Yeah.
It's like a soap opera. That's what you want, that's what Shay wants Will to be on. Days of
what?
He would thrive on that show. Clearly. He would thrive.
No, he belongs in AEW.
I agree.
He can have a side hustle. Good God.
You know what belongs on this show?
Hey guys, what's up?
Why does this always mess up our layout? Like, why does that happen?
Sorry about that.
Like, we just always come back from that cutscene looking funky. Like, what is?
No, I have no idea. I'm not backstage. Okay. Anyway, right. Anyway, so this week in professional wrestling news, so Fanatics event tweeted out word to a fan about Alexa Bliss will be no longer attending WWE World, and she will be during WrestleMania 41 weekend. It's unclear why she pulled out of all WrestleMania. According to our own it's not because I actually double checked with him and he double checked with Fanatics and Fanatics double checked. So it actually all checked out here. Actually, turns out that she pulled out of all the events for WrestleMania weekend. So no one knows why. No one knows what's going on. I was telling Mike the other day, I thought she re-signed with the company, so I thought everything was good. I don't know, maybe it's because of her baby, or maybe it's this, but everyone's speculating that she might be not. The contract might be a void because she's very upset with the whole deal. I don't know. This is all just speculation, by the way. I don't know if any of this is true, but people are speculating she might go to AEW. Like I said, that's not my notes here, but that's the speculation. Do I believe this? No. She re-signed with the company. I think something personal or something maybe with her baby or something came up and she just can't do it. Because a couple days ago I heard she was supposed to be at WrestleMania. So I don't know what the heck's going on, but it's very interesting, and I'll stay on top of that story. Returning superstars. This is very exciting. Tyler Bate, if you guys don't know who he is a WWE superstar. He also was NXT, I think it might have been UK champion. I'm not exactly sure. I don't remember. NXT UK champion. He should be returning soon, according to PW Insider. He's going to be on the Raw roster. This next one actually involves our AEW buddy Sting, and it involves Lex Luger. Lex Luger's being put into the Hall of Fame. Lex went on a podcast not too long ago, and he said he wants Diamond Dallas Page, who's WWE owned, by the way. Diamond Dallas is under WWE Legends contract, so he can appear. But Sting, on the other hand, is AEW contract. Couple of sources saying Sting might not be able to do it, but he might be able to do it because he might not need permission from AEW to put, Lex Luger into the Hall of Fame. But Lex said that's who he wants to put him into the Hall of Fame, would be Sting and Diamond Dallas Page. The other thing I have here is, as I've been talking about completely on this show all the time, is the WWE ID Championship. They have been actually now going to be a tournament during a lot of the independent shows, WrestleMania weekend now, including GCW, and I think it's FSW. I think I'm not even looking at my notes. I think I just know off the top of my head. And it's very cool to see that the WWE is now working with the independent promotions now, like GCW, because AEW also worked with GCW. So I kind of find it very strange. And then it was announced today that Pete Dunne, I believe, is also going to be now at GCW. So that's really cool. Brie Bella actually said she might want to do a Hall of Fame run with Nikki Bella. So they might do one more go. I'm hoping to see them soon. I don't think it's going to be at Mania. Then I don't know what's going to happen there. I hope it is there. I am, by the way. I don't know what happened on my screen. Messed up. And the last thing I have, this one's really cool. Or Aleister Black, which is actually Malachi Black. He used to be Malachi Black AEW, as you guys know. He actually might be returning the first episode after WrestleMania on SmackDown. The first WrestleMania, the first SmackDown after WrestleMania. Sorry, I'm getting my notes confused. It was because my screen went blank for a minute. I don't know why. But, like I said, so Aleister Black might be returning. It was Malachi Black. He left AEW. We're just waiting on those 90 days until he shows back up. He's married to WWE superstar Selena Vega, if you ladies did not know. So that's why I think he's coming back. And I hope to see him back soon too. They said, the first SmackDown after Mania. So we'll see there. And that's all I have for this week. Yeah.
Just to be clear, they were trying to say that Alexa Bliss was going to AEW.
Yeah, right.
Didn't she just come back to WWE?
Right. So I do want to make this clear. That is just pure speculation. Yeah. I do not believe that one.
People speculating that's wishful thinking. I'd love it.
Just
I'd
because
love to see
she
that,
canceled does not mean she's going to a different company. Especially when I just found out she just re-signed with the company like a month and a half ago. So
you see how people jump to conclusions? Like they jump from Mars Mars to Jupiter.
I agree. They jumped from Mars to Jupiter and just makes no sense. There's a whole asteroid belt in between those two planets. So yeah.
Finger snaps for Mad Dog.
And to be honest, she doesn't even seem like a good fit for AEW. Like there's certain people who it makes sense to be in certain companies, and I just don't even sound right to me. It don't even sound right.
Alexa Bliss does feel like a WWE gal.
I agree.
I'm sure she would do well, but she would have gone by Lexi Kaufman.
Yes,
is it Lexi Cabrera now? Like, isn't that her husband? But
that is true. Yeah, it could go either way with that. I mean, look what's going on too. I mean, you got a lot of stuff going on too. I mean, WWE wants Britt Baker bad, and Tony Khan's holding on to Britt Baker. So we don't know why.
Wait, WWE wants Britt?
They've been for years.
You know what? I forgot about
that. They had her. They let her go. They went to AEW. Yeah. She became the biggest deal in the world. Now WWE.
They had her. She was just in that one tournament, right?
Yep. Yeah.
But I think they could have signed her to NXT. But the problem is that she
was in the Young Classic. Yeah.
She still wants to have her full-time dental practice, and you can't really do that on a WWE schedule.
I agree.
So I think that's ultimately what happened there. But I'm actually genuinely disappointed with how it turned out with Britt, because she's probably their biggest homegrown female star. There was a long time when you thought AEW's women's division, you thought Britt Baker. And now it's I don't know. They said she was acting up. I'm sorry, Britt. They said she was acting up backstage. Said she was hard to work with. She was doing shit, and then Tony was like, "We're not about to have another Punk. You're just not gonna be here no more." And I was like, "Well, shit."
Apparently, that was because of fans. From what I heard, his excuse was he took her off because the fans didn't want her on TV.
That's not
fans
true.
Want her back on TV. That's what he said on the podcast. That's what I go by. I go by what he said on the podcast.
Wait, Tony Khan said that?
Yeah, he said that.
I didn't know. Hold on. I got a bone to pick. Tony, I want to see Britt. How dare you say that? Anyways, we are really off the rocker, or off the trail. Anyways, thank you guys for watching All Elite Women. Shay, thank you for being elite today. Mad Dog, thank you for being elite friend.
Do you want to go over our shows, Sheriff? Do you have the shows?
What do you mean? Do you mean like the shows coming up for UPR?
Yeah. Do we have
you
the
can
shows?
do it.
I don't know how to do it. Okay, I'll try.
Neither do I.
All right.
All right. We got the Mike Knox Show, produced by Mike Knox, directed by Mike Knox, hosted by Mike Knox. We got Rated R Review. We've got Willie Beeman on that show. We've got the executive consultant and Steve.
Big Daddy Cool.
Yeah, very unfortunate. And then we have NXT. So
trio, the NXT trio, Bad Guy Jack, Wrestling Doll, and Freckle Sensei on that 10-15. I gotta get better at this. Then so we have All the Women Review with friends. I'm friend and Captain Shay. Sheriff, myself, Captain Cactus Katie, 10-15 Wednesday nights. That's what we're watching right now. Then on Thursdays, we have top fives. I think tomorrow night might be, executive consultant and Z, and I'm not sure who else, but I know someone else there. And then on Saturday, you got the SmackDown review show with Z and Vic. The Z is silent and Vic there. SmackDown Penitentiary is the nickname for that one. I think that's around 12. And then our collision show actually will not be this week, but it will be the following week, and we're just going to cover whatever happened this past weekend. We'll just cover it in the following episode, in the following week. So check that out when that returns, not this week, but the following week at 10-15. That was me and the Z is silent. And I believe that's all the shows we have on the wrestling side. And then we got some entertainment shows too. I don't know if you have that up, but we have a lot of stuff on the entertainment side as well. Make sure you check that out on the UPRE, the UPR Unpopular View entertainment channel. So make sure you check that out too, everybody. Oh, there it is. So you got the Daredevil review or breakdown or after show. I gotta talk to Bad Guy Jack about that because there's a different poster for everyone. That's driving me nuts when I'm posting it. You got movie reviews, I think, by the Federation, and I know movie reviews by the Wolfpack. I believe that's on Thursdays. You have the challenge with actually Caps on that every other week. The challenge, I think that's Mike Knox and I think Cap. And then you have, I think, the husband wife show. I think they're reviewing, I think, Raising Cain right now. I think that's Power Book. I think that's Thursdays at 7. I have this all written down. I'm not looking because I think I know all this. And then I think movie reviews. I think the Wolfpack. I don't know what they're reviewing tomorrow, but I know they're reviewing a movie tomorrow night. I think it's gonna be around 8:30 on the Unpopular Review Entertainment channel. So that's all the shows we have, and that's a lot of stuff to remember. But I have it written down, thank God. So I'm so happy I do, and I'm just reading off my note sheet here, so I'm happy. But yeah,
subscribe to the UBR Patreon. Subscribe to the
Yes.
UBR only.
Please.
Fans.
We have one of those. No one told me that. That's
yeah.
wow.
It's all just Ron
Wow.
and EC.
Wow. No one told me these things. Wow. I'm supposed to be the news guy, and I find out last about these things. I'm telling you.
If you want to make some
Crazy.
content for the OnlyFans,
no, I do not. Why does it even exist? What the heck? Wow.
Exactly, Jeffrey.
Man.
Subscribe, y'all.
Yes, please.
Bye. Adios. Bye.